The crew reviews Trine.
Alright, it is just me and Lizzie, so we're kind of going old school here. And we're going to be reviewing the game Trine. Now this is a game that you can play on PC or Mac, and it's also available on the PlayStation Network. So in Trine, it's a fantasy action game where the players can create and use physics-based objects to beat hazardous puzzles and threatening enemies. Set in a world of great castles and strange machinery, 3 heroes are bound to a mysterious device called the Trine in a quest to save the kingdom from evil. So as you start this game, you can play this multiplayer, but you can only play it multiplayer on the same system. So it's not something you can play over the internet. So Lizzie and I played this together on the PC. Now, when you first start this game, the 3 characters each make their way into the castle, to a treasure room where the mysterious device called the Trine is, and all 3 of them meet and touch the Trine and then become linked together. So in this game, you go through levels upon levels of all these different puzzles, and the goal is to, using the unique characteristics of the 3 different characters, beat the levels. Now, there are 3 different characters, as we just said. The first one is a wizard, who can use magic to physically create simulated objects and then levitate them. The knight, who is more of a fighter, he runs around destroying and picking up and throwing things. And then there's the thief, who is the female character, who can hit enemies with her bow and arrow, and she also has a grappling hook too.
Which I love.
Yeah. So Lizzie plays the thief almost exclusively, although you can switch amongst them even when you're playing multiplayer. So first off, what did you think about the game, Lizzie?
I thought it was really good. The graphics are good. It sounds good. The monsters look cool. It's a really good game.
Now, did you, for me, I enjoyed the game. I thought the design of the levels and the whole physics aspect where objects fall and drop, and you have to decide, how to get to certain areas and how to best use the abilities of the 3 characters to do that. So it does work together as a good game for 2 or 3 people to play and work as a team. So I enjoyed it. I thought after a while, some of the levels I think got a little repetitive. It was like the same old as you go further through the game. So I would have liked to have maybe seen some cool stuff thrown at you that would wow you, something that you weren't used to before. In most cases, it's always you start here, get to this point, just figure out how to manipulate the world, placing blocks, moving blocks, swinging, that type of thing. Also, the wizard, I didn't really like to play the wizard except to move things. I didn't like him for combat because, your combat methods with him is basically to create objects and drop them on the bad guys. Even the thief, I don't know how you thought, Lizzie, but the thief is not very good for fighting traditionally. From a distance she's good, but she's not very good close up.
No, not really good at close up.
I mean, I think that when you play the thief, your best bet is to be swinging around and kicking and, landing on the monsters versus trying to fight them close up or get far enough away from them to where you can use your bow and arrow. So, graphically, what did you think of the game, just from a graphic standpoint?
I thought the graphics looked really good, and it worked just fine.
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job with the graphics. I think the effects of the spells, the effects of all the different rooms, some of the rooms are dark, and the characters can use some of their abilities to light torches so you can see better. So I thought the graphics were good too. What did you think about the sound and music?
The sound and music was really good. I thought it was kind of scary for the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely sets a good mood for the game. Gets you kind of in the feeling. This is one of those games that it's kind of fun to play when it's dark. Turn all the lights off and just play it. And the mood is enhanced with the graphics, the sound, and the music. So I thought they did well on that. Now, how would you feel about this game, Lizzy, from a replayability standpoint? Once we were to finish the entire game, would it be anything that you'd want to go back and play again, or would that be pretty much it for you?
That would probably be pretty much it for me.
So not much of a replayability once you beat it.
Nah, I probably wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah, so it would have been nice maybe if they had some options for something to do, maybe some random maps or something, just to give you a little bit more replayability after it's beat. But it's still a fun game. The story itself is okay. I find myself just wanting to skip through it to get to the levels. So I didn't feel like the story was that interesting where I'm really following it. So it might have been nicer to have a better story.
Yeah, that would have been nicer.
Alright, so now what we're going to do is, since this is just Lizzy and me reviewing it, we're going to give you our scores from a score of 0, meaning we absolutely hate it, to 10, which pretty much means we think the game is perfect. Since Lizzy and I are the only ones doing this review, you're only going to hear our reviews, but at the end of this video we will pop up some of the other crew people who have played this game in the past or have just started to give their review just on a single graphical screen. But Lizzy, if you were to give this game a rating between 0 and 10, what would you give it?
I'd say about 7.
So what would you think that they could have done better to get a higher score from you?
Well, I thought they could do something else where they have, that you can have, well, there's female characters, so you can set it to female and male. One person can be male, one person can be female. Except for you get the same character, so you can play each one no matter what. If they die, I thought that would be something cool.
What do you want them to do when you die that you can play a different female character?
I thought this would be cool, that if you were playing, like, you could play the fighting dude, the guy with the sword, and I could do it too, except for I'm a female and you're a male. I thought that would be cool. You could do something like that.
You wanted to have the same people be able to be played by different players. So you want to be able to play the knight and me play the knight.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
So that we can both play the same character.
Now, that kind of doesn't work with the story and the fact that it's 3 different characters that are interlinked together. So to have multiple versions of those characters probably wouldn't work. At least for me, I think I understand what Lizzy's point is. Sometimes these other characters are boring under certain situations. I mean, when you're in a situation where she's playing the thief and I'm playing the knight, and if I get killed and it's an area where there's a lot of monsters spawning, it's going to be tough for her. And the wizard, I could switch to the wizard, but he isn't a lot of help. Or if she dies as the thief and I'm still fighting as the knight, she could switch to the wizard, but the wizard isn't really that much fun to play when it's combat, and he's not very good at combat. Especially, I think, when you use a controller, because Lizzy played this game with a controller, whereas I used the keyboard and mouse. And I think you found controlling it with the controller, the magician, doing his magic spells a little troublesome.
Yeah.
For me, on a scale of 0 to 10, I would give this game an 8. I actually think it's a little bit better than Lizzy does. I would have liked to have seen maybe a better story, maybe a little bit more variety to the levels, because I think it is a little bit repetitive, and maybe more balance to the players. I do like that they have unique things, but I just found it that I always wanted to play the knight, she always wanted to play the thief, and we only used the wizard when we had to. So, would you say, Lizzy, that if there's people out there watching this review, if this is the kind of game that they are interested in, that they should buy it and play it?
Well, if they are interested in it, I think they should buy it and play it, only if they think this review is good.
Yeah, so my advice to you out there is that this is the type of game you like to play, this type of platformer, and then the physics aspect and the multiple player aspect interests you, I'd recommend getting it because it is a lot of fun. Even though Lizzy gave it a 7 and I gave it an 8, that's still very good scores. And you know, any game that's in that 7 to 10 range are games that we generally enjoy playing. And this is definitely a good game, and we're both looking forward to playing Trine 2, which is actually multiplayer on separate systems too. So that wraps it up for this review of Trine. We hope you enjoyed it. Say goodbye, Lizzy.
Bye. Thanks for watching.